For more analysis, joins us from Paris is Mr. Majid Boudin, international law professor. Welcome to Q News, Mr. Boudin. Now, how do you view the latest U.S. veto of the UN Security Council resolution calling for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza, considering it is the fifth time the U.S. has used the veto in support of Israel?
Well, this is a political position. It has nothing to do with the law, with the applicable law, with international law. And normally, members of the UN Security Council are bound to follow the rules, to show the way, to show that they are applying the international law, so they can ask other countries to follow the rules. The Security Council, he is a source of international law, and we forget that. And as a source of norms, of principles of international law, must apply international law first. And here we have a complete dysfunction. And the country who doesn't follow, who doesn't use international law as the basis of its action, is in breach of international law and has liability for that. So it's not only that is regrettable to see lives killed and all this suffering, but it's more than that now. It's a breach of international law by members of the Security Council, and it's a huge liability. Now, this is a fact today, and people and the world must deal with this situation and must find other ways to not go back again and again to the Security Council, because the key is not there now. The key is with the International Court of Justice and with the International Criminal Court.
So with most UN Security Council members supporting a ceasefire, what alternative mechanisms exist to advance peace if the U.S. continues to exercise its veto power?
Is to obtain decisions from the International Court of Justice. This is the only way left. And the Security Council never, in all its history, never stopped a decision of the International Court of Justice, because then they will destroy the whole system on which the world is built now. And the US cannot afford this thing or this an acceptable position, because they cannot only do it because it's again their values, it's again the system they want to use to govern or to take part of the governance of the world, or to seek solutions in the world. We see now the Trump administration is failing in the Ukrainian situation, to solve the Ukrainian situation. They have said, Trump has said that they will do it in 24 hours. Now he said yesterday that it will take time, it will not stop, because this method did not come to any result. If then we see on the other side that in Gaza, they did not want to see the problem at all. Now they are taking this huge responsibility. There is a political responsibility, there is a ethical responsibility, a moral responsibility, a civilizational responsibility, and there is a legal responsibility. Under international law, a country who has the power to stop the killing and doesn't do it is liable.
Yes.
The omission to do, the inaction can bring ground to request decisions from the International Court of Justice. And I think the population under this mass killing, this genocide, cannot remain like that, they have to go to the International Court of Justice. They have to go to the International Criminal Court. This is one of the ways.
Yes.
Public opinion is very important. Intellectual is very important. The narratives now is becoming important. And all excuses that, well, we leave, this is part of the defense of Israel. It's under international law, Israel had the right to retaliate to the 7th of October terrorist attack. But they are making also a terrorist attack on civil population. And this is a terrorist attack, by state terrorist attack, army terrorist attack. And this is not acceptable, and it's disproportionate. And Israel cannot use this argument. This is an abuse of power. They have the power to defend themselves, but they don't have the power to kill 55,000 people and more than 100,000 wounded and under the graves and under the destroyed.
An entire population. This is a genocide, to give it the proper name.
A genocide.
Yes.
We have qualification of a genocide.
Yes. Professor Boudin, to the World Food Programme, over 70,000 children in Gaza are now facing severe malnutrition. What are the long-term consequences for Gaza's population if the humanitarian situation continues to deteriorate due to the prolonged blockade on aid without significant intervention?
This is it's part of, there is a target and there is a plan. And this is one of the steps to execute this plan. They want to make people starve. They want to have an indirect and a creeping killing to the population and the creeping ethnic cleansing and genocide. They want to do it in a very soft way. So this case must be put before the International Criminal Court as soon as possible, because it's documented now. They have identified who has done that. We have to note that they have put pressure on the prosecutor of the International Court of Justice, of the International Court on the International Criminal Court, and now the prosecutor is not doing he stepped down. He has frozen his job. It's only his deputy they are acting. He was accused, which is it looks like a fake accusation, to put him aside, to get him out of the prosecution. When he decided to ask the court and obtain from the court to have arrest warrants against Netanyahu and Gallant and the others, they have put up a machinery to get him out, to eject him from his position. And now he's doing nothing. He cannot do nothing. This also, they launch a case against him, which is a fabricated case, orchestrated case, and the international community cannot accept this thing because they are impeding the International Criminal Court to act. And this is a devilish act, and they are blocking the international judiciary to act. And this is also a crime by itself. And the countries interested in that, they have an interest, they have a standing before the court. They have to go to the court, ask to put back the prosecutor in his position, and to let him work and to accelerate this, because if justice will be done when people are dead, it's not justice anymore.
Of course.
Just done now.
Yes. Professor Boudin, how might U.S. support for Israel evolve if civilian casualties and humanitarian suffering in Gaza continue to draw global condemnation? Is that even expected?
It's now the Palestinian rights are in the memory of people, are in the heart of people. When the Jewish people were assassinated, and they have the Holocaust, they have a genocide at that time, even with law that did not call it genocide. All the world has stand with them, and they are right to claim that the world will stand with them. They have been victims of that. Now, when we see the Palestinians in this position, we have also to make application of international law and to declare that they are victims, whomever are the aggressors.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now is spreading within international conscience. It's a matter of humanity now, because nobody can accept this. Even we have a lot of Israelis, they don't accept this now anymore. And this is growing. And around the world, the public opinion is turning, and it's in the interest of Israel to stop.
So given the repeated reports, Professor Boudin, of Israeli attacks on hospitals, schools, refugee camps, could Israel's conduct constitute grave breaches of the Geneva Conventions amounting to war crimes? And if so, who would be responsible to put the case before the International Court of Justice or the International Criminal Court, as you mentioned?
Well, now this war is going for more than 2 years, and we are approaching the third year. And we have already decisions from the International Court of Justice and decision from the International Criminal Court, and both of courts are converging to say that we are going to a genocide. But now it's several months ago. But now we are in a genocide. In fact, it's a de facto genocide. It's on the ground, and all the arrest warrants. They have been
ignored. All the arrest warrants were ignored.
They were not ignored. It's more than that. They have been stopped. They are stopping the prosecutor. They are threatening the judges. This is not acceptable, because nobody can accept that. We are, civilized countries, and the word was used under Article 38 of the Statute of the International Court of Justice. Doesn't mean that they are better than others. Civilized countries mean the country they are applying the law agreed by all countries in the world. So the Israeli leadership is putting Israel outside of the civilized community if they continue like that. And the interest of Israel is to be in this civilized and the community, and the Palestinians are in the civilized community because they are suffering, and they are standing.
Yes,
and this,
I get your point. I get your point, Professor Majid Boudin, international law professor. Thank you so much, Professor, for your insights.